Narrated Sparring here with Coach Teddy. We started to do a few weeks ago sparring with the gloves. This is something that we do at our school. We try to make sure that you learn self-defense, and part of self-defense is standing up with someone trying to punch you bigger and stronger. So this is how we practice too, where you got to make sure that our skills are pretty good. So I've been studying a little bit of striking and stand up for just a few months now, so I started to get better at it. So maintaining the distance is something that is very important. Teddy tried to close that distance so that way he can get to the legs. I was too far away. So keeping that distance is very key. Whoever manages the distance manages the fight. So that's something that's a philosophy of our school. And keeping it, trying to just, of course, this is someone that is trained, right? So you guys are going to see us more aware of that distance, trying to close it when we can. If not, we're going to get punched. Both of us are very aware of what we're trying to do. So it takes time to close the distance in between somebody that is a bit more trained. To somebody that is untrained, it's a little bit easier if you're trained, right? But still, you don't want to underestimate the opponent or the person that you're trying to close the distance to. So I keep my distance, keep my hands up, moving my head out of target, moving my head out of the center, keeping my hands up so that way he always blocks whatever he's trying to punch. Having the habit of moving your head, of having good balance, extending too much. I closed the distance there. I noticed that there was an opportunity, and the clinch is going to be another thing, right? So after you close the distance, you want to make and maintain those connections, especially if somebody's bigger and stronger. So here Teddy reversed the position there, and it's part of his favorite move, he knows the name of the move. I don't know it at all, but he flipped the situation, and now I'm here on the bottom of the fight. And when we have someone that is bigger and stronger on the top, it can be very devastating because now they can punch. They're controlling the fight. They're controlling the distance. So I'm here trying to keep myself safe, keep myself in a position that he cannot punch comfortably, and have my hands basically in inside position. Inside position just means anything that is around the chest and the hip. Imagine that you have a car seat and you have the belt across your chest and you have the belt across your hip. So having anything there connected, especially from this position right here, it's important. So I have my arm across his hip, I have my arm across the shoulders, and now Teddy moves to the top side here, so that way my frames are not bothering him. So I recover my legs, make sure that I close the distance on the arm, so that way he can't punch me. I'm trying to annoy him a little bit and punch him back, so that way he can have some distance. So we joking around, I'm trying to go heel strikes as well, very old Gracie family type of move, and having some fun here because we need to keep each other accountable and keep each other real, or make it real. So I'm keeping the distance. He's keeping the distance too. He's having his head down. That way it's hard for me to punch. His hands are inside, so that way I can't punch him. And then he starts to stand up here. I need to make sure that I keep myself moving and keep my hands protecting. Very similar to a stand-up. You see I block him so that way he can close the distance. Keep my head moving a little bit. Try to balance him so that way he has a hard time to punch me. You see, keep my hands up because he's on top and he can use his weight. He can use gravity. And there's a lot of devastating punches that can happen here. So keeping him off balance, keeping him busy, making sure that he cannot punch comfortable is a big deal. So I punch him back with just like hammer fist here, so that way he knows that there's some damage that I can do from here too. So keeping that distance. My hand is right there in front of my face just to block and everything. And then I keeping my foot very sticky so that way I can balance him. You see? I'll balance him a little bit and then hug him right away, close that distance, and make sure that his hands are on the ground, busy posting and basing instead of punching my face. So that's something that is very crucial here. You see, I start to bother him a little bit just to try to balance. He keeps such a good base, so that way he doesn't lose that top position. And I keep my hands in the middle again. When you see my hands in the middle, I'm almost like pinching elbow to his arm, so that way he cannot retract his punch. He cannot bring his punch back. Again, I put my foot in the middle here. He's trying to pass. I keep my feet right there in front of him. I try to push him to get up, because now when you get up again, then you have to pull me down again, or put the other person down. So it's a different problem that he has to fix. So I try to do that, but he closed the distance right away. I have my hand in the across his neck, so that way he has a hard time to punch. He has a hard time to control me too. And remember, like when the person on top tries to punch, they can't control. So that's another thing that you're thinking about there. So you can't just punch and control at the same time. It's harder. It's not impossible, but just a little bit harder. From here, I'm doing the same thing, making sure that I put myself a little bit sideways, my hands protecting me, making sure that he has a hard time punching me. Here he goes knee on stomach, so it's a little bit difficult, but I catch his foot just for me to be able to recover guard and not get stuck in that position for a long time. Knee on stomach is a very powerful position to punch and to tire the person out. You see my hands are right there in front of me, making sure that I'm closing this all the time. I'm hugging his arms, making sure that I'm hugging his head too, making it hard to punch and making it annoying. So he's mostly thinking there's some spots that you can rest. There's some spots that you can be able to recover that energy, and then not about doing an explosive movement, but saving that energy in those key moments, and then from there you can be able to do the get up again, for example. So here I'm just saving my energy here, making sure that there's very low chance of damage. Teddy's doing the same and keeping himself close. Notice how I pummel my arm. Pummeling just means that I'm bringing my hand inside his arms because I'm in front of him now instead of he's in front of me. If he's in front of me, he can punch freely. If I'm in front of him, I can block and punch him freely. So that position there is key. You see, so if he's in front of me, I pinch my elbows to make sure that he cannot retract his arm as easy. So that little battle is key, even though that we're not moving. Is a chess match there, no? So you see, he's trying to get his arms out and try to pinch and then block him. And then from here he gets up. I try to frame here. He closes the distance again. I try to balance him, you see, so I go almost underneath and I get up. And then from here we go again. So now the problems are keeping that distance, closing the distance again, or balancing the person to the ground. So this is the game that we're playing right now, making sure that we keep each other in a good distance, in a good space, in a good range, safe enough. And then from there, you see, boom, close the distance right there on the legs. Pull me down right there. He closes very fast. I frame right here. I use my hand to block him so that way he doesn't advance. And I keep my hand posted there so that way he can't be able to get close to me here. And then eventually slowly got close there. I try to trap his foot so that way to make it a little bit harder for him to pass. And meanwhile, I keep my feet and my hands in front of him. It's harder for him to not only control me, but to punch me. So that's my whole goal there. Making sure that he has a hard time. Boom. So from there, I off-balance him a little bit, and then now I'm hugging his arm, recovering my guard again, keeping my legs in front, keeping my arms in front, making sure that I'm safe. And we're in this position, like I said, I'm conserving energy. I'm not trying to move that much, and especially when you have somebody that is more experienced and bigger, I mean, this is a win. And me getting up, and then he has to put me down, so the whole thing is tiring. It's not that easy. So from here, the same thing. I'm trying to keep that distance, control it. Sometimes I do some strikes there to just make him move so that way he gives me some space to be able to get up, or at least get some top position for me to do something. I bring my legs in to bother him. You see, I start to balance him again. I keep my arms in front of him so that way he cannot punch me comfortably. And then from here, there's an opportunity that I saw that he leaned on me, and then I sweep him. And then I get top position there. And from here, I'm doing the same now. I'm keeping him flat, making sure that he has a hard time to flip me over. So I close that distance, keep his hip flat, keep his shoulders flat. And I'm using strikes to make him move, but make him move on my terms. So that's the idea when you're on top there, right? Notice the hip. I'm pushing the hip to make sure that he's flat. Make sure that when somebody's flat, it has a hard time to move, harder time to escape too. So I'm keeping that control there. I'm trying to posture here just to start to strike, just to make him move a little bit. And then just in a few seconds, the time is going to go. And then it's about to go in a few seconds now. So I'm just keeping that control, keeping his hip flat, and then we shake hands. good to go. Awesome, bro.